Welcome back to the Jibber Jabber Podcast. It's been, 2 weeks since we were live?
It's been a while, man. That's I was saying to Lee before I sat down. I was like, I feel like it's been fucking ages since I've done this.
I know. I forgot how to
He's like, it's because it has. I was like, that maybe got something to do with it.
Well, I was on holiday the first week, and you guys were seeing to a wee matter. I don't know if Lee's comfortable with it. I mean, hold on. This is a guy that we spoke about his sexual aids on. I'm sure he won't mind. His wee dog it's Ernie, isn't it?
It was
His wee dog is in that place in the sky because we had issues last week with the wee dog. Wee shame. So here, shout out to Ernie, man. Everybody at home, share this podcast if you like to show Ernie that your love and to show Lee your love. Share this podcast and give it a review. So we'll see how many of you all care. Heath's in the house. Heather says, "Howdy lads, how's it going?" Usually Janice or Matthewman's straight in there, but Heather's first tonight. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Studiocanal. We reviewed recently, which you're going to find out today, the film Orca, which is Orca the Killer Whale, 1977. Absolute banger, by the way. We will get in it, starring Richard Harris and Charlotte Rampling, by the way, who's in Dexter. We'll get into it, right? But tonight's episode is hey, we'll get into it.
I knew I recognised her face.
She's in Dexter, but she's a lot older now.
Aye. Is she the?
Yep.
She was kind of bad as well, eh?
Yes.
And was she a psychiatrist or something?
Yes, and she got done in an hour.
Aye, done in an hour, man. I knew I recognised her. There we go. That's what it's for.
Before we get into that, we'd just like to not going to mention any male names, but no. Last week, literally the day after I came back from the other sunny side of the world, 4 hours away in the plane in Turkey, we were invited to the FP Short Film Festival on the 19th of July, which is a nice wee festival that celebrates a lot of the Scottish and beyond. They celebrate short films. And,
that wasn't on the 19th of July, mate.
No, it wasn't July. That one wasn't the 19th of July. Mate, my head's up my arse again. No. Let's pictures for the 19th of July. But the one we went to, wasn't it? Was the 19th though, I think. But no, July. Don't know what that was all about. Anyway, we went to that, right? We went to it as our film was in the race. Hundreds of applicants, and ours was shortlisted to 8. I'm going to talk you through it a wee bit, right? Just give you all a wee picture of what we went through that night.
Oh, what you went through, I couldn't go, man. I was gutted.
Which is pish, man. Boo, boo. So get this. Myself, Heather, Scott, my wife, Scott's family, his wife, we all went through together. So No Real Productions, which is a company that Jay Mack and I have shares in, along with Heather, his sister, who's in the comments, Scott Kempick and Seb. We're a right wee team. We made a film about 2 years ago called A Good Night's Sleep. It was written by John Rooney, BAFTA award-winning writer, incredible talent. Music, Robin Crosby. There's a host of very talented people helped us make it. Well, we were shortlisted to 8. Well, this is quite cool. I read down the wee menu of what was all in it that day. We got here, and I'm like, here, I'm taking a couple of these because my phone's in it, right? Taking a couple of these because my phone's in it. Like, that tells you all about the films that we're up against. And I thought, I said to the wife, I was like, we're going into this expecting no win. I say, we've already won because we were shortlisted to 8. And there's some heavy hitters here. David Heyman Jr., which is the son of David Heyman. Legendary.
Oh, no way. Thanks for clearing that one up for me, son.
Some folk need that. So he created a film called Car Sick. I thought, well, David Heyman's a phenomenal director himself, so his son will know a thing or two. Film called The Cow, Good Night's Sleep, Curiosity, which was really good, Be True to Your School, The Caregiver, A Scene from Sunset, and Me and Mazzy Melancholy. And I was like, oh, okay, these are all, and I IMDb them, and some of these films have like actual actors from Hollywood in it that are in like the blacklist and all different. I was like, oh, okay, recognizable names. I thought, lads, the fact that we got shortlisted was class, and that's it. That's the win. So we'll just go, we'll mingle, we'll watch a film on the big screen, and we'll watch some cool films. Went there, had a good laugh with Heather, we had a couple of beers, sit down, it's time to watch. First film comes on, I was like, that's all right, aye. Couple films play, not much an audience reaction. Good Night Sleep comes on, and the place consistently howling, making noise the whole way through it, right? Reacting, and I'm like, the hell, man, right? I look over at my wife as people are clapping, as the credits play, and I look over at my wife, and she's like, I think you're going to win. I'm like, no. I says, because they'll go in style, they'll judge it and all this stuff. So it got to the end, and they'd done this thing where you scan a QR app and you vote. The film there was one guy who lived in Australia. He was the judge to pick, the judge's choice, and he chose that Me and Mazzy Mayhem, right? Which is also an Australian film. So the Aussie guy picked the Aussie one, right? And I'll say this, stylistically, Me and Mazzy Mayhem looks class, but it was fucking no for me.
That was very diplomatically put, man. Well done. I was like, don't.
I just didn't. I couldn't get it. If we were reviewing that, I'd be like, "What the fuck was this?" Right? So I thought, "Oh, okay, they picked that." Like that is, and again, all respect to the guy who's probably much more talented than me. I say probably in the sense that he can stylistically put something together. As far as content and keeping the viewer engaged, I thought it was not for me, right? So I thought, that's what's just won the vote on that. I thought, okay. I thought, well, we're never winning, man, never. Anyway, up comes a guy with an envelope and a big certificate, and he's like, right, folks, ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to say the audience vote by a landslide, by the way. No just, you were a couple ahead of the others. This was like, yodelay, before the wee guy falls off. It was a landslide victory. Ladies and gentlemen, a good night's sleep. Oh, man, and it felt so good. It felt so good to have everybody clapping and being like, I'm bloody glad we won. So here's a couple shots for the night. Like there's us. Like, look at my face, man. I'm like, red news, man. Red news.
Fucking beaming. Look at your beaming smile.
I know it couldn't get rid of it the whole night.
Who are these boys?
These boys are the Jay Mack and Kev of the film festival. Those are the.
Is it just because of the age difference, you cheeky bastard?
No. Do you know? It's because they were like what we do when we present something. That's what they were, eh?
Right.
And here we are. There's the organizer next to Scott, and there's Mrs. is next to me, the two guys, and there's Heather just awkwardly like jumping at the photo. Nobody even asked her to come at the photo. She was just like, "Yeah, now jump in." I'm joking. I'm fucking joking.
Tell you that,
Matthewman says, "Evening, fellas. Well done again on the win. Thank you, Matthewman." And Matthewman's a part of that as well. He designed the beautiful cover art that we see, and the amazing Jaws one as well. But you see, the cover art there was actually created by Matthewman. So that's us, man. That's us a big deal. That's now we are multi-award winners as a company when you add up the awards. So What can I say? And Heather says, when you
text me to say that we'd won it, I was like, shut up. You're like, no, seriously, we won it.
Genuine. So we have an annual one now, which is the big one.
Yeah.
In May. I think it's the 11th of May. Where we all need to go. It's going to be a bigger deal, and this is where we're up against the other heavy hitters. So come on, man, come on! But it was class, and well done to all. Well done, pat us all ourselves in the back, man. We've fucking done it. Good. So,
I think you told me that when I showed up dead on the screen, everybody was howling.
Aye, they were. I was like, she's like, Carol's having a nice wee sleep, and then it goes over to your face, and you're like, and everybody's like, There was a part, and seeing as well, I had a lot of laughs, was the credits where you're seeing like you photoshopped in the picture with Carol. Folk were howling.
Gradually getting fatter over the years.
She's gradually getting sadder. And you're just like, do you know what was great though? Do you know what was great? And this Heather, look, see, she's they were actually buckled. What's great was watching our film with an audience, because the energy that everybody had towards it was so good. We were all just laughing our heads off, and And for the first time, I got to watch the film and take everything off, all the goggles, everything off, and just enjoyed it like I never had anything to do with it. I enjoyed it just watching it as a project. And everybody did. And the reaction was great. I could hear people whispering. When it started, some guy was like that, oh, I hope this isn't one of these shitty lovey-dovey things. By the end, the woman's like that. Who are you voting for then? He was like, this. I was like...
Scott had texted me and said, anytime you were on the screen, folk were pissing themselves. I was like, I don't know if that's a good thing.
There was one point where they actually, like, you hear this go, oh, see that part where you're like, here, Carol, maybe you stop to think, maybe it's you with the issue in that. At that point, folk were like, oh, which was great for the tension. Great for the tension, but it was really, really fun. It was great. Wolfman's Got Nards says, I have never seen this movie. I always avoided this monstrosity. Is he talking about our short film that we're talking about? Is he talking about Orca?
I'm assuming he's talking about Orca. let's just assume that.
No. Here, Wolfman, if you do want to see our film, let me know. I'll send you a screener. Wolfman's Got Nards. I've been checking your content out. Really, really dig it. We like a lot of the same stuff, and your stuff's really cool. We need to get you on. We'll talk about something. I don't know, we'll take one of those films like Terminator 3, which we've already covered, but we'll take a film that is normally usually hated, that I tend to love and J Mac doesn't, and see where Wolfman gets on with that. And do you know, I tuned into Wolfman's Got Nards the other night, and they were talking about Paranormal Activity. And they're talking about films that were like the best. They were ranking films that were the best between, the hidden footage type films, which was great.
Found footage.
Aye. Sorry.
Aye.
Sometimes I
know. Tired.
But the thing is, we spoke a little bit about Paranormal Activity, the first one, and I said what was really scary for me is I watched it in the cinema in like 2007, I think it was. I watched it in the cinema. Was proper freaked out by it because I was like, I don't actually know if this is actually found footage, like, because it could be, right? I was buying into it, and then when it finished, there were no credits. I went, oh, it was real, it was real, because no one's worked on it. Oh! So I remember like leaving at night, like going back to the car park, like, oh no, man, that was real, and then going home, going, so ghosts can actually swing you about, and it proper sent the hebas up to me, which is great because I don't feel that way about many horror films. So at that time, that's why I've got a wee special place in my heart for the first Paranormal Activity. But Wolfman's Got Nards is actually in the credits because he said on the show, on his show, that you had to like request it to be in your city, and when you requested it to be in your city, your name ended up in the credits. So Wolfman's Got Nards, his real name, should be in the credits for Paranormal Activity if you own it. So I'm going to check it out next time we watch it. He also says Orca lads, maybe. He was at the film festival. He's seen it. Hidden footage we don't see. Hey, that would be a great film, eh?
No, I fucking wouldn't.
Thank you for it. Yeah, I'm a director. I directed those hidden footage films. I've not seen that. Exactly. It's the best type of director, the guy that can make a hidden footage type of film.
And the award for best film you can't see goes to Kevin again. I'm fucking brilliant at these, man.
I've just never seen any of your work. Oh, I could do it real now.
So neither have I.
In fact, have you even seen our work? Have you seen any of it? You've seen Good Night's Sleep. You had to ask me for the link the other week, but was that your first time seeing it after we made it?
Me?
Aye.
No, I watched it loads of times to see how I could improve. And I couldn't because I was absolutely
yeah, I couldn't. These are new to me, by the way. I don't actually use them much, but I thought
you enjoyed it though, didn't you?
Well, aye. By the way, J Mac, look, this was what I brought back for us for the film festival, but you didn't show up, you prick. So, look, I got two for us to.
Oh man!
In case we won, which we did.
I know. If I'd have been there, I'd have just lit it, and then my mum would have been like, "Jordan, what are you doing here?" Because that's the thing. I didn't go see my own film, and my fucking mum and dad did.
They did, man. They were loving it.
I know. My mum phoned me after it to basically tell me how good I was. I was like, oh, thanks, Mum. And then my dad told me how good I was. I was like, fuck, I must actually be good.
No, it was, mate, everybody had a great time. And any of our loyal followers, if you want to watch our short film, let us know. And I'll send you a wee... Oh, sorry. If you would like to watch our award-winning short film, let us know and we shall send you the link and you can watch it and tell us what you think. I'm a poet and I don't even know. But we're going to get into Orca now, all right? So I'm going to play the trailer here for everybody that's not seen it. Remember, it is now available in 4K. A Studiocanal
this week's
release.
copyright strike.
I know.
Even though they sent it to us.
I know. But it's good. I always win, but it's a shame having to fight after all this time. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together, sit back and relax. Enjoy the trailer for Orca, the Killer Whale, 1977.
The ancient Romans called him Orca or Canis, Latin for bringer of death. He is without challenge the most powerful animal on the globe, the killer whale. Orca has 48 teeth, set in 2 impressive rows. In some respects, the orca's intelligence may be even superior to man's.
Oh, mate, love it. Love it.
Yeah.
I mean, let's even just unpack that a wee bit, the trailer, right? See every time that thing
Wait, I don't remember that maniacal laughing during it. I mean, when did that come in?
That happened every time that thing screamed in my house. Mate, I mean, there are elements here of Jaws the Revenge in this film, right? But
yeah,
like overall, I really enjoyed my time watching this. Like, did you enjoy watching it?
I didn't think I was gonna, and I really did, which it surprised me. It's clear. I mean, it came out 2 years after Jaws, and it got kind of slated when it came out because it was kind of similar in every way.
Well, Matthew said it was Jaws, but like the roles have been reversed.
Well, you're totally on the Orca's side in this.
The whole time, mate. It's the eye, mate. See that? Like, I found myself laughing a lot, right? And there was something so comfortable about this film, like something just so nice about it. There's our wee Orca pal right here. I will give a wee bit of context. Janice is in the house. Hey, Janice. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Looks good. I have to watch that one. Janice, it is more than worth the while watching it, especially.
Funnily enough, I actually, as the trailer was playing, I turned to Lee and I was like, by the way, it's better than it looks because the trailer's crap. You can tell it's an old trailer, so they still weren't really very good at trailers back then. But it's better than it looks in the trailer.
Yeah, for sure. So let's separate it, right? There's a good story there, right? Some good acting, especially from the Orca. I was thinking 1977, they've done really well with what they managed to make the Orca do. I'm going to assume that it was a lot of the time was a real Orca.
A lot of the time it wasn't, but a fair bit of the time it was as well. But that's another thing you have to literally give it props for, is the fact that the fake killer whales actually looked really good, better than the shark in Jaws. Actually,
100%. And another thing,
especially, I mean, one of the major kind of plot lines, one of the major catalysts for the storyline is the fact that this orca's bird basically gets snuffed out accidentally by this guy.
Accidentally? No accidents about that.
No, he hit the wrong one. He was actually going for the one that ends up trying to kill him. But there's a bit where you see that thing out the water, and I'm like, did they just literally hang up a real dead killer whale?
I know.
And it looked fucking good. Apparently, when they were trying to make the film, there was animal rights activists in that trying to stop the trucks going in because they thought it was real orcas on board. Aye.
That's how you know you've done it. Janice says, I'm fine, thanks. Hope all is well with y'all. Better now that you're here, Janice, as always. So get this. I think this was a wee FU to Jaws, right? There's in the opening scene, there's divers, and then of course there's the sharks coming to tan them, and so you think, right? Quite a scary visual to see as a wee shark on its way to do you, and then out of nowhere the orca's just like that. Wait a minute, now that I can actually do it with a prop, orca's like that. Shark troubles, aye.
Shark troubles, aye.
And the orca's like, and it's like the orca like not even trying. It's just like, let's take this hang out. slams right into the shark and kills it, and is still just on its way. Kind of gives back a wee nod to the human. And I thought, is that them telling us, fuck Jaws? Is that what they're telling us?
I mean, I don't think this is a better film than Jaws. I just think,
of course,
I think that it was harshly treated because of when it decided to get made, when they decided to make it. Sorry,
100%. I really remember how we said last time when we watched Pandemonium, we were like, "Here, I'm going to get that actual copy of it."
Mm-hmm.
Tempted, mate. Tempted, because this was I heavily enjoyed it.
Can you bring up the new cover art for that?
I can in a sec. I'll get it.
I thought I seen it a second ago.
All right. Well, no, you can see it in the background here.
Mate, why does Richard Harris look like Mel Gibson?
I know he so does, right?
and he doesn't
look like Dumbledore.
Like, he doesn't look like him at all in the film, but in that picture, he definitely looks like Mel Gibson.
He totally does, eh? Matthewman says, "Tell you it was class." Basically, the fish version of Charles Bronson to deal with. Oh, sorry, in Death Wish. Wow. Timing is everything.
Yeah,
exactly, Denise. Well, by the way, so this film's about orcas just going about their day, being sound as hell, no issues with nothing, and then Dumbledore's like, right, I want to catch a couple of fish, right? Richard Harris, I want to catch a couple of fish to make some money, pay off some debts, right?
Dumble dorsal fin.
I know, right? But his wife were taken out by like a drunk driver, so he and the orca have a parallel story here, because he lost his wife and his child to a drunk driver, and the orca loses its wife and child to Dumbledore himself.
Mate, I knew that bit made you laugh. I knew you laughed at that bit. And I actually thought it was pretty horrific. And I was like, I bet Kev's pissed himself.
No, I wasn't pissing myself, but I thought, of course, right? So the whole premise of this film here is fishermen are like, right, let's do these whales. Ends up getting the prego whale. Out pops its child. It literally like flushes it back into the water. And as they're like, right, we're taking this orca away, the other orca's like, what, pal? And starts staring them down for the boat. Here, as you can see, the female orca taken by Dumbledore. That's Dumbledore, man. Don't I get in his van when he offers you a Twix? Fucking hell, man.
It does look a wee bit like something that like rhymes with Schmimmy Schmivel.
He's definitely got that look about him. He should be the one wearing glasses and having a cigar.
So when do you want to kill this whale? By the way, now then.
Jim will fix it. They've turned my wife. So this orca's like proper gutted, right? And it does the death stare, like, and you almost Terminator, like, getting all the info on this guy, and is like, nah. So he takes the orca, the male orca smashes hell out of the boat to the point they're like, right, we better offload this orca before we get done in. They offload the orca. The orca then pushes the dead orca to land, and then it's like, right, nah. So this orca is smart as hell, mate. It goes, right, I know his boat, I know who he is. I'm just going to destroy every boat in the marine, bar his. Why? Because you're deal fucking nothing. That's why. Get your fucking arse out here. You need a boat to come out here to me. You need a boat. So come on, man. Right. Slight plot hole. Right. Check this out. Me, I've just say I am Dumbledore, right? And I'm like this. Okay. I saw what it can do. It nearly took my boat out. I've done its wife in. And now it's took out every boat in the marine bar mine. So it's smart. And everybody telling me here is they treat these things like gods. Do you know what? I'm going to just go and get a flight. Sorted. I'm off. See you. Credits roll. But no, this guy's like, I'm not going to fight it. I've still got money left in this place I'm staying, so I'm going to just kind of chill here until Orca's like, is that right? Aye. Starts ripping who she's doing and everything. It's like fucking sitting in the water like that. Yo, Dale Norton.
It's funny. I mean, like that sentence that you just said, the orca starts ripping hussies doing and stuff. It sounds really ridiculous. It doesn't seem that ridiculous when you watch it, though. But it ends up blowing up like a power plant or something. And what's funny is when it's blown up in the background and the orca's jumping up out the sea like, yes!
I know. Here's the thing. Matthewman, please, you need to do an alternative cover art for this, where it's like, like Commando, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Commando. You know what I mean? They took his daughter. They took his daughter to be or not to be. Not to be. That kind of stuff. We need like a proper, because this is essentially, the Orca is like, it is in the same vein as Rambo. Right? It is. Because the Orca's like, you done this to my family. No, you don't. And it essentially baits him into fighting it. So he's on it's a Steven Seagal film, but with a whale. Steven Seagal.
Oh, fuck. Really? Really? You actually went there?
If the Orca was a female, the main Orca was a female, it would be Seagal. Like Sea Girl.
Oh, man.
Well, Matthewman will come up with some good ones. But I'd love to see a Matthewman on that. Orca, the killer whale. They took his family, so he'll take your house. You'll deal fucking nothing.
You'll deal nothing.
Yeah, deal nothing.
But it seems like when it opens up, it almost feels like you're watching a Disney film or something. Good thing Chris Packers are quiet.
The old Disney film. It does have like Pete's Dragon-esque type of feel to it, like old Disney, old Disney.
Aye, no, it was like a prequel to Free Willy. It's like Willy's Revenge. I mean, oh, hang on. I didn't go well. You get a burp that doesn't go well.
No, not really. Mine tends
No,
to go well.
mate, wait till you turn 39ish.
Aye, 39ish.
So and original soundtrack by Ennio Morricone, which that surprised me. Is not his best work, I have to say. Like the music wasn't particularly good.
it was killing it. Hey, Deathfish, there we go.
Easy.
There we go. I told you, Matthew.
Piece of piss.
Great puns.
I think she's been nice to you, mate. These were terrible.
No, Deathfish was decent.
Deathfish was good. None of yours were. I think she was talking to you.
Steven Seagal is the only one I submitted. What's yours?
Well, I'll definitely come up with one. Just give me a few minutes.
I was on the spot. I never got a few minutes.
Well, I did. Willy's Revenge.
Here we go. Great puns. This film was a treat, and I'm so glad that we watched it, because I've always been aware of Orca, the killer whale.
See, I haven't been. I had no idea this was a film until it was sent to us, and I was like, I was like, Orca, like 1977. I was like, it's a Jaws ripoff. That'll be pish.
It'll be pish.
No, I was wrong. It'll be fish. I was wrong.
I love it. It has that voice. Back in the day, there was a fish. You know, the dialogue was special.
I'm pretty sure that was verbatim exactly what was said.
Back in the day, there was a fish.
In Roman times.
They killed its wife, and it was fish.
But no, like it. I said it at the beginning. The trailer really doesn't do the film any justice.
It's all the roaring and all that, eh?
Well, that does happen in it, and every time it happened, I was like, "That'd be Kev fishing himself again, thinking about Jaws' Revenge."
100%. Oh, Janice,
I thought
the Billy of the Sea. Great puns. Great puns.
Great puns. I lost my train of thought. Fuck, it left the station. It's gone.
Sorry, you were saying that the trailer didn't do it so well, and I would be laughing my head off every time the thing roared and screamed. Even under the water, it's screaming. It's like, ah!
Mate, there's also a point where there's a guy under the water and he sounds like he's screaming above water. It's pretty funny. But I remember thinking when I used to love Free Willy when I was a kid, right? And I remember thinking some of the noises that the thing made were a bit ridiculous. Like, all that stuff. And then I heard this one roaring like a fucking dinosaur. I was like, that's a bit too silly.
I bet.
But I think it added to the charm.
See, at any point when you were watching this film, Jay Mack, did you go to your cell? Here, I wonder how you could say sorry. Do you know what I mean? Like, how would that look? Like, would they just stand there and shout at the sea, "I'm sorry"?
No, and instead he was goading it like Zach Bagans and fucking Ghost Adventures. You know what I mean? But there's a bit where he kept calling it revengeful. You're a revengeful son of a bitch. I was like, I don't think revengeful's actually a fucking word. It's vengeful, not revengeful.
Maybe
unless I'm mistaken. Maybe somebody can look that one up.
Did you find this as well? In fact, it's like Rambo, the very first Rambo film. It has essence of that because in the first Rambo film, the whole way through the film, Rambo's like ex-sergeant's like, you gotta need one thing, a good supply of body bags. It just keeps making everybody shit themselves. And I felt that there was a lot of that going on here. You know,
with the big Indian boy.
Aye, him and the lassie for Dexter. Her actual name in the film was Rachel Bedford, the professor, so to speak. They spent a lot of time being like, oh, you didn't want to mess with orcas. And Dumbledore's like, aye, all right, watch this. And they spent a lot of time basically saying, didn't be messing. And Rambo, they did that in Rambo. And I mind, like, I think it's Rambo 2. Is that the one where he goes to like the prisoner of war camp? And the guy again, I'm like, does this guy just show up just to suck Rambo's? Like, shut up, man. We know. You know what I mean? Like, shut the fuck up, man. Every time he appears, he's like, you don't want to do that. That's John Rambo. It just shows up to make everybody shake themselves.
Do you know what he's like Basil Exposition?
Hi.
But mate, this goes to show you on this podcast why it works so well. Your thought process is so unique that you've compared a film about a fucking killer whale to Rambo. I don't think that's ever been done in podcast history, man.
I don't know. It'll be there. But do you not see the similarities?
I bet it's no. But no, that's the thing though. You saying it kind of it adds up somewhat.
I suppose. Matthewman says, "God would have mercy. He won't." It does though, because the Orca is essentially Rambo, except Rambo never came when he wasn't vengeful. He was just like, here, leave me alone. I just wanted something to eat. That's what Rambo says.
You can tell it's a good show tonight,
As he sleeping, man. He's partly do it, man. Partly do it. Munchausen syndrome. Fucking Stockholm syndrome.
What's Stockholm syndrome? How?
Because he's your prisoner and knew you're pals. Got jammies on everything. I'm joking.
Sorry, mate. I just exposed you.
I know. Exposed.
I guess he's a few seconds behind. He'll catch up.
Class. I found this again. I'm like, yeah, it's like there's not a lot of time where not a lot happens. You know what I mean? It's every piece of screen time adds to the next scene.
Aye,
to the whole overall story.
I mean, there's a fair bit of chit chat that goes on in between the action scenes, but it's all relevant. And like some of the dialogue's actually pretty good, and it's funny as well. Like Richard Harris is actually really funny in it. Like, yeah, intentional or not, I don't know, but like right at the beginning where the diver falls into the water and he's like, "That agent's in the water." It's like it's like watching Father Ted at sea. It was brilliant.
Yeah,
really enjoyed it.
Well, there you go. You've just compared it to Father Ted. Rambo meets Father Ted. Orca, the killer whale. Deathfish. How can anyone sleep around you two? Haha. Well, aye, that's true. Mind that time where we were sleeping in Manchester and somebody came in with a torch? I thought I dreamt that. I thought I fucking dreamt that.
No, definitely not, because I've seen it. I've seen it with my own two eyes, with my arsehole hanging out of my covers.
How did they get in? Their door was locked.
They'll have a key, they'll have a skeleton key thing for every room, man.
Why did they come in with a torch while we were sleeping?
Probably to make sure there wasn't any homosexual goings on. Get out of my hotel. Don't know why they're Irish in Manchester, but apparently that's what.
Probably. Bo Derek was in this as well, by the way.
Where? When? Was that the blonde lassie?
Aye.
That
was
well, that was Bo Derek. She looked different with short hair.
Aye. Perhaps she did, aye.
Oh, she definitely did.
I wonder who played the Orca. That Orca's dead now, eh?
Sylvester Stallone. Did you read the trivia?
Just wanted something to eat.
Hand. But aye, Bo Derek, man, she was somebody kit back in the day. Somebody kit.
Matthew says, watched this again recently after you said you were going to review it. I had a double VHS of this and Alligator as a kid. Another class movie. Alligator, I have that on DVD still. Wee bit of nostalgia in this one for me. Oh, I'm glad, Matthew. Hey, we know for a fact, anytime we watch something that's like fucking killer puppet foot side space with fucking tentacles, Matthewman's definitely seen it. I had it on VHS. Definitely has. This, even the way that the Orca kills people, right? Because and again, I find it's quite conservative on who it kills and stuff, because it chooses not to kill a few folk. You've done nothing wrong. You just stay there. You've done nothing wrong. I'm here for you. I'm here for him.
Do you know what's funny? It almost feels like we're giving it credit for all the stuff we slagged the shit out of Jaws of Revenge for.
Totally. Eh? It's a fish that's... But they say, though, the orcas are very intelligent. They say that. And orcas are probably like the best. Like, you know, when people are going to go diving, right? And I won't use the word shark infested because sharks live there. They're not infesting the places where they live.
It's us that shouldn't be there, eh?
Right. It's like it's shark infested waters. No.
It's like see if you can't breathe underwater, shouldn't be in it, right?
So
we're the problem.
Exactly.
We're the problem. I remember Bill Burr talking about that. He's like, I was at or somebody tried to convince me to go scuba diving. And I was like, no, fuck that. There's sharks in there. And then it's like this guy says to me, he's, oh well, you know, we're going into deep water. Apparently, like 90% of shark attacks happen in shallow water. He's like, nah, shit, that's where the folk are. I'm gone.
That's where the folk are. No, look at this. I wouldn't. I'd be terrified of that. But when people go diving in areas where there are lots of sharks, they put a speaker into the water and play sounds of dolphins and orcas, and the sharks scatter. So that shows you the power of these. And I think we associate sharks as the baddies because they look terrifying. They look like villains.
Oh, right? Like even the one at the start of the film, it was a horrible fucking thing. See when they open their mouth and shut it really quick, and their lips go back and it exposes all their gums and teeth. It's just like, oh man, that's a scary bastard. We should not be in the sea.
100%. See if you're in the water and you look behind you and you see that. You're like, yep, this isn't good for me. I don't like this.
So I'm never coming to Benidorm again. Probably because I'm going to die.
Aye, no, the sharks and the food.
No, it's the people that go to Benidorm.
Yeah, Benidorm's all right. I've been there a few times when I was younger. It's actually, well, I don't know what it's like now.
I stand corrected.
Fuck off, girl. Fuck off. I killed no one that I know of. No, only do that here. I'll tell you about a time where I don't know if a guy got stabbed. It was to do with a prank call. Something I don't know if it was kind of way where they were wind you up. Oh, that person got stabbed because that call you made. I don't know if it was just like a joke. Like,
it'd be funny if this opened up a cold case, man.
I mind seeing a prank call that I'd made with a friend end up in the newspaper. That was funny.
Aye. Mate, see, you find that funny. If I'd done a prank call and ended up in the paper, I'd have been shitting myself until I was 70.
Nah, papers are usually full of shit anyway, man. Usual. What about that guy that dug a hole in the beach and then they had an expert, they had an expert, and he's like, yes, as you can see from the blah blah blah, like talking utter pish, right? Of course, Mr. Insert Expert from such and such talking utter shite about something, and then you literally see the video of the dude, a beer belly, just like, I'm just going to cut a hole here in the sand. Ridiculous, eh? Ridiculous. That's
it's funny though. It just goes to show you though that people will find their own truth in everything,
100%.
Especially experts.
I know, expert. How experted are you? Think about it, right?
Mate, an expert would have walked out to that and went, "Some cunt dug that." I can see the Black and Decker imprint for the spade.
Exactly. Right. How many years do you need to know of something? How well do you need to know something to be considered an expert? When you consider you leave school at what? 16?
12.
15, 16? About 15, 16. That's 15, 16.
You have to be 16 to leave school in this country.
Right. So say minimum 16 years.
Unless you're going to college or something.
So say you're 16 years, right? Let's take the minimum. You're 16 years. That's 16 years where you've been at just school, right? So anything that's going to get you expert level is going to probably be after those 16 years. So if you're 30, you've had 14 years. 14 years. And unless you've been like heavy invested in it, then it come to me telling me you're a fucking expert. Get the fuck. Some folk, like, I think you need to know something inside out, back to front with its arse hanging out before you can consider yourself an expert. You know what I mean?
Aye. Like the wee guy with the torch at the hotel.
I know. Definitely no erotica in here. Don't shut.
Oh man. Mind the water dripping out of the light fitting. Didn't seem dangerous at all.
Seb's like, guys, we have a problem. I was like, that's not my fucking problem. Back to sleep next to the spider in the broken bed. Oh, good times. Good times. I found the way that the orca killed, like the whole way, I don't think you watch this film and go, this orca's no sound. You're always rooting for the orca. You're like, this orca was pretty sound. Even the way it's going about things still is quite sound. I didn't understand the whole, we're just going to take this boat out. Like, the orca didn't have that much power over Dumbledore. You know what I mean?
Right.
Towards the end, where he's like, here, I'm heading it towards where the Titanic sunk.
I think he felt a lot of guilt for the people that had died because of his actions. So he felt like he had to go out and face it. Yeah. And it drove him a bit doolally. So like Richard Harris is charming in this, right? He is good. His performance is good, and he is pretty charming. But he is the villain. He is essentially the villain in this film, and that's who you're following most of the time. You're literally rooting for the killer whale. I mean, like you do when you're a kid. You watch Jaws, you root for Jaws because you like to see the big shark killing people, but you know that Jaws or excuse me, my throat's a bit. Jaws is the villain in those films. And this one, it's definitely not the killer whale. You are definitely on its side. And it looks a lot cuter when its mouth shut. Like, see when its mouth shut, it just looks like a big cuddly bear.
I don't know. Look how cute that looks.
I still wouldn't want the gnashers clamping down on my nutsack, like, but
nah, but it's still cute, no?
But I suppose the xenomorph, when its mouth shut, doesn't he look unlike an orca? But look at that wee face. It looks like it's smiling at you. It looks like it's smiling.
I did think here, could you sort this out with the orca? Like, look, sorry, man, shouldn't have done it. You know what I mean? Like, shouldn't have done it.
I think that orca had your mentality. It's like take the piss at me once. I'm gonna cut your brake lines and set your house on fire.
There's a phenomenal piece of poster art which I absolutely love, and if Matthew ever gets round to making one of these posters, like an OG one where it's like an action film. I would heavily suggest he uses this piece of a minute, but it's absolutely beautiful for a cover art. Just try to find the best way to do so. I'll bring it up in a second. No, I think the whale was quite sound the whole time. I thought the way it done its final fight, I thought, really, is that the best you've got? Like, is that the way you're going to do it? And also, see the other character.
Sorry, what about the bit where it stuck its fin out of the sea and went moan then?
Aye.
So that,
mate, there's very human tendencies. I don't know enough about orcas to know how intelligent they are, if they were really that intelligent, right? 1 second, we've got a comment here from Jeannie. Jeannie says, to be honest, humans can be arses, so yeah, I'm rooting for the orca. Hey, when you watch this, Jeannie, you'll more than vote for the orca. But check this cover art out. Look at this, man. Look at that, man. That makes it look like a proper horror.
oh
right?
no, wait, is that is that the new release of that?
No,
Or is that an
it
old
can't
one?
be. Can't be. Well, I'll leave that to be the old one, because that can't be a new release. Look at that. The new artwork. Not
Looks
that
like
this
Kermit the
is,
Frog
but
in a
the new
K-hole.
one I know. There's some really good. I mean, I say to everybody to go and Google and check out a lot of the artwork. There's a lot of Moby Dick style artwork. But that one just had me screaming for a bit, man. I believe that the way that the we can spoil it. 1977, the final fight. And here's another thing. See the character Rachel, played by Charlotte Rampling.
Yeah.
She dies, clearly. She has to have died at the end of that.
Why?
Well, I don't know. She's in the middle of the ocean. Her boat's at the bottom of the sea, and she's sitting on an iceberg.
Mate, fucking helicopters flying in to get her.
Stupid.
Wait, no. How's that stupid? They actually discussed earlier on in the film about the fact that there was a helicopter coming, right? Or they could phone a helicopter, basically. Like, if you fucking Just Fly or whatever. The helicopter's coming to take her out, right? So she can definitely survive this film.
Stupid.
No, I think what's
So the
happened here is you're rang and you're just going, stupid.
Well, I am wrong, but I just thought, nah, did I miss the helicopter? It came right at the end, just as the credits went, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well, just
Yeah.
before.
Because the cops always come after the bad guy's been killed, right? When they could have done with him. Think about this. That helicopter could have came and saved Big Dumble.
Mate, the most devastating ending to a film like that ever was The Mist. He'd literally just killed his family.
No.
Before trying to kill himself. He'd ran out of bullets and then the army showed up. You're like, oh my God, man.
I know.
I was watching that with my wee sister and she was absolutely in bits. And I'd already seen it, so I already had that out of my system. So I'm just watching her going.
And it's the smug look of the old woman on the bus, I know, like that.
They're just like,
Tell you,
see?
come with me.
Right. So I know I've got an annoying as fuck feminist haircut, but you should have came with me.
I know.
But no, but also, and again, another spoiler alert: the orca dies at the end of this.
How? I never seen it die.
It gets stuck under the ice.
Does it actually?
That's when the credits are rolling, the orca's stuck under the ice. And I read this in the trivia. It's to illustrate the fact that revenge always comes at a cost as well.
But so it's stuck under the ice. Yeah, there's water under the ice. Well, no, I can't breathe. I'm stuck in the water. You're a fucking orca.
Exactly. I don't know if you remember this wee detail, but orcas need to breathe air, mate. It's one of the things that keeps them alive again. Did you notice that? Did you notice that whenever it blew water out of its spout, it sounded like squishy cream?
But surely they can go a good while under the water without breathe it.
Aye, but no forever. If you get stuck under
the water,
if you get stuck under ice long enough, it's going to drown. Like orcas can drown.
Fucking orca drowned, and they're the most intelligent fucking fish. Irony. They're like gods. They can destroy hussies. They can destroy boats. They can take revenge, but they can't breathe underwater. So dumb, man. They're a bit. That's a bit dumb. No.
No.
Come on. Really, mate? These things can plough into boats and sink them. Can it burst a wee bit of ice?
I don't know if you've ever been under an iceberg, but the ice is quite thick.
Aye, but there was gaps.
Otherwise, the Titanic would have made it. The iceberg would have just broken off. It'd have been all right.
Well,
as McKev goes, did it really hit an iceberg?
Well, I don't know. I wasn't there, eh?
I wouldn't have thought so.
Nah, I wasn't. But here's the thing for you, right? I just think that's a pish way to die. It's like in Dexter, all those series where Deb, his sister, like she goes up against serial killers and all that, and she survives so much just at the end to get shot in the belly, be in hospital like talking away, and then just die. Like, sorry, mate, nah, you don't just die like that. But when you're badass. It's like the second Lost Boys film, The Tribe, or what happened to Michael and Star, your parents. Oh, they died in a car crash. No, they fucking didn't. Right? No, they fucking didn't. They don't go through all that shit to die in a wee smash. Get to fuck, mate.
Thing is, were they no vampires?
No. Star was. Michael became a vampire, but he wasn't a full vampire until he fed. So when they killed the head vampire, all the vampires returned to normal.
Oh, that's right. So how did she die in the car crash? Oh, that's what it is. Garlic, silver, sunlight, and car crash. I forgot about that. Sorry.
No. This Lost Boys, The Tribe is like 15 to 20 years later. And the Michael and Star's children are now orphans and go to their aunties. Never heard of the auntie before, though, right? Star had a fucking sister. Aye, fuck off. Right? Michael and Star have died in a car accident. So their children are now in Santa Cruz now. They went to Santa Cruz to shape surfboards.
Is that not where Santa Carla was actually filmed?
Aye,
was Santa Cruz,
or is it Santa Bay or something like that? It's a Santa something.
Santa Barbara.
No, it's a different place. It's not the same place, but it's like it. I don't know why they didn't just go to the same place, right? But get this. So do you not think that's very stupid that Michael and Star, after everything, die in a car crash?
Yeah, that's we're going lazy. Back to Terminator Dark Fate here, aren't we?
Right, it's lazy. It's lazy. It's so lazy, right? Badasses don't die normal human ways, right? Why not just say, look, our parents were killed? How? Because a fucking badass vampire came and was like, you're the guys that took out the heat vampire. I ripped their heads off. I get it. Right? I get it.
You'd almost think that Lost Boys 2 was a shit film.
Well, each to their own, but I just think don't be lazy, right? So see the orca dying under the ice. Stupid. Look at what it done. Take a house out. It broke a house.
Apparently, Dino De Laurentiis, the very, very famous producer of B movies, who made this film, obviously, 100%. He had planned on doing a sequel. He planned on doing a King Kong sequel with King Kong versus the killer whale.
Okay.
Right, and I was kind of thinking about that, and it's like, how would that go? Like, the killer whale just swims in, bashes into King Kong's foot, and he goes, stamp. It's like end of film. That'd be pish.
No, it would be like that. It would be like that, wouldn't it?
Because King Kong's pretty big, like.
He's kick ass. He can fucking shoot laser beams out his eye.
No, that's Godzilla.
Oh, that's Godzilla. Sorry, King Kong's a big ape.
Sorry, mate. You're tired.
Why am I thinking? Why am I thinking about that? Well, I don't know if he gets King Kong in the water. Maybe it's game air.
I kind of want to see King Kong firing lasers at his eyes now.
Give it time, mate. It's 2024. Give it time. We're in the land of the remakes.
I identify as Godzilla. That's enough.
And I'm an orca that can't get out of ice. I can destroy boats. I can profile folk. I'm the world's deadliest killer, but don't give me an iceberg with lots of gaps for me just to swim. Like, would you? Oh, I'm trapped under the ice. Oh, I'm trapped under the ice. Go back to where you just done in Dumbledore. There's plenty of space there. You were out the water plenty of times there. You literally done in
Dumbledore.
Done in Dumbledore. There is a point where there's ice like this. Dumbledore is here, and the orca's like, oh, and does this so that he slides down.
That bit was fucking stupid. That bit of ice would have weighed way more than the orca's chin.
100%.
It's literally just got his chin sitting on it. It's like 15 tons of ice. I ain't bother, mate.
Oh no. But the thing is, though, that's how intelligent it is. But then it goes like this, right? Okay, there's Dumbledore, right? I've just kicked him, and now he's just died for a very small fall, right? So, what I'm going to do is just going to go under the ice. Oh no, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Definitely don't go back the way you just came, right? Definitely don't break through the ice. Definitely don't move the ice like you were doing a minute ago. Do just stay under there. Stupid way for an orca to die. Stupid. Lazy. Why no? The helicopter's got John Rambo and it opens up with a minigun. Makes sense.
Because Rambo would have, like as you said, they're basically the same person, so he wouldn't have killed the whale.
But you know what I mean? Like there are ways in which if you're going to kill if you're going to kill the orca, do it, but just didn't make it stupid. Like this orca's been smart the whole way. Can he do that? Remember that hoose with the clock on the face wall thing?
Oh, that well-known film with Blackjack in it.
Aye. And I hate it. I hate it for the reason that they spend the whole film going, oh, he's the most evil of fucking demons and all this. He's back for like 5 minutes. Kid kills him. It's like, all it took was a kid, a dumb kid, and that's you, the biggest evil fucking everything. And you're dead now, aye. Nah.
Any road.
Nah, mate. So don't be lazy. You got a thumbs down for me. I'm actually taking back my fucking whatever. What did I rate this? It's going down a peg for that. Right, you're down to a 7 now for doing that to the orca. Down to a 7.
I'm at a 6.5 on it. I thought it was entertaining.
Really?
Enjoyed
I
it.
put it to an 8 because I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun watching it. I didn't expect it to be as fun. You know? It
was a good film. You have to forgive it the things that are just the way they are because it's old. Because it is an old film now.
No excuse for laziness, though.
It was well put together. Even the climax that was supposed to be in like Alaska or whatever, or Antarctica, I can't remember. I think it's Alaska because they were in Canada. Wouldn't it make sense to go all the way down to the bottom? Like they filmed that in Malta, so they built all the icebergs. That was all. It was all man-made for that film. So it's quite impressive for the time. Oh no,
definitely.
Aye, but yeah, you have to give them props for effort. So
100%. And as well, like visually, it's beautiful watching the fish under the water and all that. Visually, it is actually a beautiful film.
There's a lot of stock footage in it. Like they used like wildlife stuff and they just stuck it in there. Aye, that's how they got a lot of the nice wildlife shots. But anyway, they used it well.
I enjoyed it. And R.I.P. Mr. Dumbledore. 2002, he panned.
Long time ago now, man. 22 years ago.
Because it would have been cool to get him on the show. Eh? It's like he's.
I'm sure that they came on now.
He's like, yeah, so let's talk about Harry Potter. I'm like, fuck off a minute. Let's talk about Orca.
I don't think it was his favourite work.
You reckon? I'd be very proud to be making Orca. There was a lot in that, man.
Aye. I think he turned down a very big opportunity to do this instead, and he regretted it.
What was the opportunity?
It was working with Ingmar Bergman.
Doing what?
A film, mate. I can't remember.
We never heard it, but we heard the Orca, right?
I'd never heard of it. I said that to you at the beginning. I'd never heard of this film at all. But I'm glad I've seen it. Glad I've seen it. It was good fun.
Ingmar Bergman made didn't get a 4K release on Studiocanal. But this one did. Right?
Ingmar Bergman.
I get Ingmar.
Good bin man, bean man.
Matthew says, can he beat the old 70s and 80s killer animal movies that Jaws influenced? 100%. Before we go, let's talk about other films that are animals going to get you type of film. We've got Alligator, Anaconda, which came about in the 90s.
Mm.
Of course, there's Jaws. Who can forget Shark Attack? Did you know that?
Congo.
Cujo.
Congo.
Shark Attack. But Cujo, I know.
All right. So you weren't even acknowledging me. You were just giving me another one.
Aye.
Cheers, mate.
But at the end of Shark Attack 3, right, John Barrowman, who is, of course, gay, right, at the end of Shark Attack 3, he says he hated working on that film so much, right, and nobody knew what they were doing. And he was just like, there's a scene right at the end, and I remember watching this. I think I must have been about 14 when I got it on one of those DVDs that, like, you turn the disc over and it's got another film. One was Shark Attack 3, the other must have been like Bigfoot, you know. And I put Shark Attack 3 on, I watched it, and at the end of it, you know, they've just killed the shark, and he's on a boat with a lassie, and she's like, yes, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes, say, how about I take you home and eat your pussy? And she's like, ah! And then it finishes, and I thought, that's came out of nowhere, man. What the hell? And he ad-libbed that and was like, I don't care. And I'm not redoing the
And they left it in.
So they just used it.
So they really didn't know what they were doing. Aye.
They're just like, well, it gave us it, and that's what it is. And John Barrowman is like one of the gayest guys ever. So the fact that he was like acting like a straight guy and saying
it'd be funny if they did a post-credit sequence and he's just sitting at a dinner table and there's like a cat's collar in the Middle East plate. He's like, oh.
Well, he could have probably got away with it.
Told you I was going to eat your pussy.
Here, I did not hate Deep Blue Sea, by the way.
I hated that. Hated it with a passion.
I loved it.
Pish. Utter
when I was up there, we survived that avalanche. Blah 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 blah.
And then what happened? I'm gonna use Spider-Man here to recreate the scene, right?
I was up that goddamn avalanche. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Motherfucker!
So shit. Wait, the special effects of that bit are like for fucking GoldenEye 64. Oh man. We're gonna make a film with that one day.
100%, mate. 100%. We'll use this and Matthew. Look, he even looks raging. Like, oh, you what? Proper Ouija shark. Ouija.
Who's been drinking my oat milk?
Look, ready for it? Ouija shark, ready? That
took me a wee second.
Nah, that's not even mine. I got it as a gift for somebody and it's sat there because I've never seen them since. So Ouija shark featuring Spider-Man.
I think that's
one of these days. Getting to that point at a time. Grizzly, big bear movie. Need to watch that. Here it was The Edge. Is that what it's called? With Alec Baldwin and
that's a great
Banderas.
film.
No, Antonio Banderas. Anthony Hopkins.
There's a slight difference.
Kevin the Tonic Time. No, man, I don't drink that stuff at all. It's sat there as a gift. So good job it doesn't go to date. Aye. What was I say? Aye. The Edge, isn't it? That's what it's called. Is it Over the Edge?
Yeah.
Or is it Edge? The Edge. Over the Edge?
The Edge. The Edge.
The Edge. Aye. It was a good film. There's a bear comes at them in that one, eh?
Yeah. It's a good film. Good film.
Bears are ruthless, mate.
There are good animal killy films out there. Just you have to be selective.
Yeah.
Like, don't watch one that is exactly what the film is in the title, like Shark Attack. That'll be pish.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what I mean? 5-headed shark attack. That'll be pish.
Giant octopus versus. I mind getting in trouble when I worked at Blockbuster because I put it in the wrong folder. Giant octopus versus mega shark, and they're like, Kevin, I told you blah blah blah. Giant octopus, mega shark, and I'm like, I'm like, say it, and I look. Oh no, it's away. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I'll do that again. Kevin, I told you to put this giant octopus versus what? What film again? Giant octopus versus. Take me seriously.
Wait, you look like Beetlejuice there. I don't know how, but you look like.
I like it.
I'll save that fella for later. Right. Anyway, enough.
We need to watch. We need to talk about Beetlejuice to another point.
Mm-hmm. This is where I liked it, and you didn't.
The Crow.
Patch.
I thought it was all right.
We have discussions to have, but not this evening.
100%. Right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in tonight. If you want to buy this film in 4K, head online. Every store does it. Studiocanal, the 4K release of Orca. It will not set you back. A couple of coffees and you'll get it. It was very good. We are live every Sunday, unless you know, 9 p.m. Tune in. Unless there's a dog dying or somebody's going on holiday. But tune in every Sunday at 9 p.m. Follow us on wherever we are, which is everywhere. Jibber Jabber Podcast. Leave us a review if you can. If you can't, that's fine. But we very much appreciate you guys, as always, tuning in, giving us your Sunday night. We love to chat with you. We love to chat for you. And we'll see you guys next week. Jay Mack, anything you'd like to say in closing?
Watch Orca. It's good fun. Other than that, have a good week.
Aye, for real. Right. Take it easy, folks. And I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.